All of you already know this, but I can't stand public nuisance streamers. The absolute
like
degenerate losers who go out into the world and film themselves just harassing random people. Basically, just pathetic worms that go out into the world and treat strangers like NPCs to spin on and use as props for their content. And one of the biggest goofballs in this category of content is named Johnny Somali, and he was just arrested in Japan, which is the most unsurprising news of all time. The only shocking thing about this story is that it hasn't happened sooner. Johnny Somali is a name you might have heard a couple of times over the last few months because he has said himself that he will do anything necessary to achieve clout, and the path he's chosen for that is to go to Japan and just harass everyone by spamming racist shit at them and
that's annoying.
A lot of deplorable garbage. It's a mystery how he hasn't been deported or killed. He actually flirted with death one time on stream not too long ago, actually, where he was barking up the wrong tree and was nearly sent to meet his maker.
Yeah, nigga, yeah, and what?
Just don't error. All you have to say
don't
is
grab nothing. Oh.
Anonymous sent $3 Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima, Nagasaki, Hiroshima.
Damn, that is a funny dono. Come on, dude. Go on, bro. So funny, bro.
Absolutely beautiful haymaker delivered there, complete with like a Viking screech there. Like a primal guttural yell as he delivers the most telegraphed hook I've ever seen in my life.
True.
But these two goobers didn't react to it at all. They just ate it like it was a bowl of cereal. And I also loved the timing of that donation because it played that Mario coin sound effect, so it actually felt like he had just got the coins beat out of him by this guy. And I love that we also have another camera angle here to capture the aftermath, because they tried to play it off like it barely hit them, but you can actually see one of them pooled blood a little bit on the ground because they got knocked out, like, briefly. So it's everything about that just felt amazing to watch. It's very hard to root for someone, you know, committing a public assault, but when they're instigating and the entire purpose for them...
Bro, imagine being so cringe anti-click, they say, this is your platform. Dude, you want to see what we've seen and what people have done on Twitch before? Dude, it's the same. You can't fucking make a platform's entire fucking thing to one person. You're dumb as fuck, dude.
Being in Japan is to instigate conflict like this. It's hard not to at least pump your fist and cheer when they finally get what they deserve. And man, once again, very impressive delivery of this wallop. It was a wombo combo. He blasted
Imagine
both
that being
of them.
your fucking...
Johnny Somali watched his friend get clobbered, and then he said, "Excuse me, what about second breakfast? May I have one? I want what he's having." And then he also gets blasted too. Like, he did nothing to prevent it at all. He just sat there and took it. On the camera angle where we can see what happened after they get dropped, and like all of their like belongings are scattered. I guess their fanny pack blew up when they fell over. It actually seems like they got the loot beat out of them in Diablo. Like when you defeat a mob and there's like loot left on the ground. That's what happened here. And they completely deserved it. They started that whole thing. That clapping really sums up this whole situation. When these two goofballs got dropped, everyone who witnessed it clapped. They celebrated. Like they had just watched their favorite sports team win a big game.
This is disgusting.
They were happy to see them finally get dropped. Now, I'm not here just to go through memory lane of all of Johnny Somali's worst moments. There's plenty of videos that go over his history on...
Yeah, I think I've seen a bunch of tweets on Twitter.
Loser. But he has now been arrested, and that's what I want to talk about, because that is a huge W. That is long overdue. So he got arrested because he broke into a construction site on stream, and there's footage of him being arrested because he films everything that happens there because it's all content. And this might actually be the happiest moment of his life because he knows this is another article about to be written about him, which means maybe a couple extra viewers there to point and laugh at him like the clown he is.
Kissing face.
Jesus.
You can see his eyes light up. He is loving it. Having the handcuffs thrown on him, it's all being captured on stream. This is better than Christmas for him. He got the ultimate gift here. Santa Claus was real nice to him. And he got like a 72-hour ban on Kick, which was lifted, because obviously Kick doesn't ban anyone for fucking anything. Someone could go on Kick Live right now and execute a man in cold blood, and they'd probably just
That's not even true. Chill. That's not even true.
Ban him for 24 hours and be like, well, he's probably learned his lesson by now.
That is
but
not
anyway,
true.
Even as Johnny was being arrested, he did not go quietly into the night. He made sure to deliver more high-quality, gut-busting comedy that he's become known for by mentioning nuclear disasters. Because that's all he fucking says there. He mentions the nuclear bombs during World War II and the Fukushima nuclear power plant disaster as jokes. That's the joke he likes to make. He's literally just an edgy bot. There's barely even a brain left in his skull. He's just been programmed to say the most generic, edgy shit that he can muster up in order to jingle keys in front of his pathetic chat that supports him. So, as of right now, there's no new updates on the status of Johnny.
Guys, I'm not defending chat. Guys, I was reading the chat. Guys, when he got arrested, people were saying pog. Chat. People were literally pogging when he got arrested. So I don't know
whether he's still.
It was full. I saw it was full of pogs.
Allowed to stay in
I don't know if
Japan.
they're supporting it. As if they were happy
he won't be
to
allowed to stay in Japan unless it's staying in a prison, because he's just been terrorizing Japan. And after months of documented evidence of his behavior and the deplorable shit he's done over there, I don't understand why they'd let him stay there with no problem at all. But I guess we'll see. I want to give you a bonus clip, though. Give you a little dessert here on top of all this, because there's another public nuisance streamer who just found himself in some hot water, with his life flashing before his eyes off of problems that he created for himself.
He's sitting right over fucking there and no one's paying attention. You know why? Because of racism. Yep. That's not funny.
Funny.
No.
It's very funny.
Why is that funny?
Because I said it's funny.
All right. You and me, Central Park, tomorrow. Don't be late, motherfucker.
You do it now. Ain't no reason to wait. What happened? Yeah, what happened?
Who could have possibly predicted this outcome? Are you trying to tell me a guy like this is a coward? Say it ain't so. I don't believe you. I don't believe what I'm seeing here.
What?
So full disclosure, I don't know who this guy is. It seems like he's just another one of those revolting ooze douchebags that just instigate conflict. But in this case, the person that he's starting all the hoopla with actually just calls him out on it, and he's like, alright, then we'll fucking fight. The streamer point blank challenges him, tells him to meet him in Central Park tomorrow. Obviously, he's being very vague on purpose because he has no plans of engaging in any kind of pugilistic combat here. And then when the stranger's like, no, why wait? We can just settle it now. Which is such a badass line, and the second he unzips his jacket, you can almost hear the streamer's heart
in
skip
New York
a
of all
beat.
places.
He's getting palpitations, and fight or flight kicks in, and you know he's not fighting, so he just bolts out. I have no doubt that is the fastest he's ever run in his entire life.
You thought the video was good? Watch it.
Alright. I hope he doesn't chase me, because I don't want to fight him.
Jesus. The look of defeat, unlucky.
Am I a pussy beta? Perhaps. But I don't know.
I'd legitimately feel bad.
Here's the thing of the day, chat. I think it's really okay to be a pussy beta, right? Just don't challenge people into a fight, even as a joke. That's it.
Bad for him if he wasn't such a scumbag.
Taken.
You can.
If you're a pussy beta, you partake into pussy beta actions, which is, I think, completely fair. Nobody cares about that. I think the lifestyle of pussy beta is the better lifestyle, in my opinion, because you have less risk of suffering through dog shit for no reason.
Hear the size of realization where he comes to terms with actually just being a fucking loser. He couldn't even cobble together some kind of loose defense of his actions here. He goes, am I a pussy beta? Perhaps, but I don't know. Like, he's starting to get some self-realization here at the pathetic
It's not because I can't defend myself, dude. It's because the way that I describe defending yourself is running away, right? Because if you think you can defend yourself and so the person is better or overpowers you to something you don't know, right? Well, now you're even in the worst problems, right? Running away is the better option. You should defend yourself when there's no other option. That's what self-defense is that when it seems like it's the better option to do that, which is rarely the right option. Most options you do most of that is running it. And this advice might actually save your life.
specimen that he's become. You can also tell from the chat what kind of community he's fostered over there, so not exactly someone to feel really bad for here. The only one to feel bad for is the guy that was being harassed, because he didn't even get the closure of being able to get a few good shots in on this fucking loser. But anyway, I just wanted to share all of this information with you. Great news with Johnny Somali being arrested. Great news with this guy having a very embarrassing clip of him being a coward come out. And yeah, that's really about it. So yeah.
Yeah, street fights can get really bad. Especially, dude, it's all cement and whatever, dude. Like, you can hit your head and your whole life is over for, like, no reason. It's just fucking dumb as brick.